40s tonight. High temperatures not even getting out of the 60s. Tomorrow, in a couple of mornings, we could be even dipping down into the upper 30s across parts of Lake Norman. Get ready. The chill is on the way. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
This is Brad with Lake Norman Patio and Game Rooms in Mooresville. We have the best outdoor furniture available and the largest inventory around Lake Norman. Also, pool table, shuffleboard, and game room furniture. 847 Brawley School Road in Mooresville.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I need some real talk. Oh, I need some real talk. Give me some of that real talk.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate, back at it another week here in the wild world, the wild, wild west of real estate. Is the market saved? Is everything okay? What's going on out there? Is it on fire? Is it really bad? Is it really good? What's going on?
I feel like we are in the twilight zone. You know the elevator at Disney's Universal?
The Tower of Terror.
Yes, kind of. And it's also twilight zone. Doesn't it start with I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's because my birthday is coming. So there is the whole...
This week?
No, I don't know what day is today.
No.
2 weeks from now, November 1st.
Okay, let me make a note of that.
Make a note, November 1st.
This is good.
So they say, at least in Brazil, we say that the month before your birthday is kind of crazy and the stars are realigning or something. And I feel that, I don't know if it's because it's my birthday, I think I'll finally have to say the market is shifting apparently.
Okay, whoa.
Which
shifting's a big word.
I know, and it doesn't. I'm saying it, but I can't be convinced because I do believe we still have way more buyers than inventory. At the same time, and I was checking some numbers. I don't know. I feel like it's not a seller's market anymore for sure. So maybe we are in this, again, twilight zone, which is crazy because I think now, because it is so weird, buyers should take advantage of it and go for it.
Whoa. First off, I have to hit the horns here real quick. Let's see if Reese is ready for me to hit these horns real fast. Hold on, we're going to find that out. I'm going to give him about 3 seconds before I hit this horn button. I'll give him a chance to get ready for that. Okay,
Nope.
He wasn't ready for it. That's okay. Next time, Reese. You're saying it's not a seller's market anymore?
I don't think so.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
But-
in what aspect is it not a seller's market anymore?
I think houses stay in the market longer than, and I know we've been kind of spoiled. Sellers have been spoiled, but now houses have been, I don't want to say sitting on the market because again, we are comparing to a crazy time when nothing stayed for more than 48, 72 hours. But they're not going as fast.
So days on market is getting larger.
Yes, for sure. Do you still see every now and then, especially super nice renovated houses in hot neighborhoods go fast and with multiple offers? And keep in mind, a multiple offer could be 2, right? I always tell my buyers when I hear the house you like is a multiple offer and they go we're not going to try. I say, guys, if it's 2 offers, it's a multiple offer situation. So don't think it's 15. It could be 2 and you would be the third. So it's nothing crazy to compete against.
Well, we talked about when I first started real estate in 2012, the average days on the market was somewhere around 90 days on the market is what kind of an average baseline. You got to that point, maybe it was a little less than that, but you got to that point and you started saying, okay, now we need to start making those price adjustments. Now we need to start doing it. So where is the panic button in the time scale being hit? Is it 7 days, 14 days, 30 days?
I am talking to people in general, people that listed, people that are thinking about listing, and and people that are scared. I'm like, there's no reason to hit the panic button. It's just being aware it's not as fast as it used to be.
Like it's not on the market and boom, your phone's ringing with 10 offers by the afternoon.
No.
It's not that kind of market
I don't
anymore.
think so. No. Unless you give the house away, which is we're not at that point. So I was looking before the show started. This past week, we had 1,643 houses having their price reduced.
Oh, a price reduction.
Yes. So
is that by county or is that all
MLS?
Canada? Wow.
Yes. All
Okay.
MLS 1643, which is higher than usual. And I read some kind of thread saying that, and I couldn't verify, so I don't know if it's a lie or not, but someone saying that this is the highest number of price reductions ever on our MLS. Again, I could not verify, but this is what people are talking about, that we have never had such a large number of price reductions. And with that, just days on the market right now in Mecklenburg, because this is what we usually talk about. So for single family homes, the average day on the market before you go under contract is 20 days for single family, 22 days for townhouses. In the entire MLS, including Mecklenburg, but getting all other counties on our MLS, single family homes, 30 days on the market before it goes under contract. And for townhomes, 26 days. So let's say that we are getting to almost a month on the market to get an offer.
And for clarity, right, days on the market is not, okay, from the time you list it or time you have a listing agreement till close. That's not what days on the market is. It is putting it to the marketplace and having a ready, willing, and able buyer, ready, willing, and able seller agree in writing on the terms, thus going under contract.
Yes. And then it can take 30 days, 15 days, 45 days to
whatever the contract
close,
says.
but yes, to go under contract, to reach an agreement between the sellers and the buyers. So around 23 weeks for single family homes or townhouses in Mecklenburg, and closer to a month for the MLS, for all the MLS.
Does that make you nervous going to like a 30-day days on the market? Like how does that make you itch a little bit? Like
yes,
when you think about that?
Of course. I started my career 7 years ago, so I've only seen seller's market and crazy seller's market. So this is the first time I am seeing things slowing down. So it is a new thing for me. And I think the most important thing is communication. So as long as I am checking what's going on, so I know what I'm talking about, and I tell my sellers what's going on, it's okay. And I've been telling people, especially it's election, not only it's election year, and this is my second time working during an election year. It tends to go slower when we are getting closer to election. People don't know what's going to happen. Some people get afraid, they want to wait. So it is normal. And I remember the same thing happening last time. Some people want to wait to see what happens before making a decision. So we are just a few weeks from the election. So I think it's normal, not good for whoever is trying to sell. But I think it's an amazing opportunity for buyers right now. And I'm like begging my buyers to stop being silly and take advantage of the moment. Not only for resale, but and I brought a little cheat paper here with some new construction deals that you can grab right now.
Back in the day, knowing that, okay, if I'm looking at the market and let's say go back to 2012 where it was an average, let's say 90 days on the market, I as a listing broker would want at least 6 months on a listing, but most of the time I'd want 9 months to a year. Where is that at in the agency length on most of your listings? Where do you try to start? Is it at the 1 year, 6 months?
6 months. And this is pretty safe. I've never had to use it.
And that's okay, but I'm just
I
curious.
don't want to get there.
because-
Yeah,
no,
6
that's
months.
right.
Yeah, 6 months. But I never had to use 2 months. So
Well, speaking of the MLS, we'll check out more or less. Are there more or less units active and coming soon on the market? 500,000 less by county, starting with Mech.
Keep it right here. Today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis will return after this short break on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, kicking off a new work week in much cooler weather, even chilly, we'll call it, on the way as we get into the middle of the week. Much cooler today, even sunshine. As temperatures climb into the low 70s. We'll fall back into the low 40s tonight. High temperatures not even getting out of the 60s. Tomorrow, in a couple of mornings, we could be even dipping down into the upper 30s across parts of Lake Norman. Get ready. The chill is on the way. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Lost Worlds Brewing Company in Cornelius presents their Sunday Fun Day on October 20th. Fleetwood Mac tribute band The Chain and Untethered Soul with frontman Nick Prestia take the stage for a day of live music. Lost Worlds Brewing is ready to welcome a big crowd to their back parking lot with a concert stage and sound system from Waves Entertainment. Lost Worlds off West Catawba Avenue in Cornelius presents Sunday Fun Day with an outdoor concert on October 20th. Monthly trivia with the WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville on October 22nd. Join us at Micaiah's off exit 33 from I-77 for Halloween-themed trivia on Tuesday night, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Trivia winners will receive a family 4-pack of tickets to the Renaissance Festival. Have some October spooky season fun with WSIC on-air hosts and try to win Renfest tickets with Halloween trivia Tuesday, October 22nd at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The Dirt Track at Charlotte Motor Speedway presents the World of Outlaws World Finals on the 6th of November through the 9th. Catch Dirt Racing's top 3 series in a title-deciding 4-day showcase of on-track action, featuring the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, the World of Outlaws Late Model Series, and the Super Dirt Car Big Block Modifieds. Single-day and 4-day ticket packages and camping information are all available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. Often imitated, never duplicated. The World of Outlaws World Finals. Invade the Charlotte Motor Speedway Dirt Track on the 6th of November through the 9th. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
The Renaissance Festival is back, Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Jousting, knights, mermaids, fairies, dragons, oh my! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Don't miss it!
We're back with more of today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. More or less, we'll look at it at the end of the show. Are there more or less active and coming soon units on market in Canopy MLS by county? Always looking at Mecklenburg first. 500,000 or less. We do that because wages matter, and we think that's a good baseline for the market. As far as at least the people that have been here for a while. Buyers this week, bunch of out-of-town folks, local folks. What's that been like for you for buyers?
I do have people coming. It's kind of crazy that sometimes, I think, like, are things calming down? Will I have some free time? And then people call me. I think I had in the past 3 or 4 days, at least one new client a day texting me saying, hey, Justin or whatever, someone gave me your number. I'm ready to list. I'm ready to buy. And I'm like, every day happening. So people are buying and selling.
And do you find that it's people around the area that are the buyers, like selling, okay, we want to stay? Is it back to that good feeling? Because, at 3%, like we talked about, it's hard to give up what you got for what you would get then elsewhere for 6, 7%. That's a hard move.
Again, I have all kinds of options, people coming from abroad, people coming from other states, people moving here either because they want to downsize. I have a few people downsizing, younger people downsizing. I think I mentioned clients of mine last week, but today I got a call saying, hey, I think we're going to go smaller. People, I think, thinking about or realizing that they don't need as much space, and then maybe they want to just have a smaller house and travel and do other things with their lives other than maintaining a large home that they don't actually need. And I do go back, or the thing of like, if you have a 3% interest rate, it's my case. My house is way bigger than we need, but I have a 3%, not even 3% interest rate. So I keep
You'll pay
two
the
of the
cleaning
bedrooms.
instead.
Yes,
Yeah.
I keep 2 bedrooms completely closed. And because my mortgage is low, my interest rate is super low. So we are only going to actually move unless I see something amazing and I decide that I'll pay and I'll get the 6.5% interest rate, the 6% interest rate that you can get depending on the situation. I'll stay.
So for the buyers that are looking around in this market right now, are you seeing any shift? Because to me, it sounds weird because I don't know, maybe it's the beautiful weather we've got here right now. But during the winter time, I would think people would want to start slowing down, or as we approach the winter time right now. But you're almost saying it feels like it's picking back up.
I mean, for me, it's kind of constant. So it's not picking up. It's just the same. I don't see it kind of dropping. I do not see that as the market because I do see that people are taking more time to buy a house. They are more demanding buyers. And that's why the shift that I'm talking about makes no sense in terms of inventory because we don't have enough. But the shift I see happening more and more actually is if I am paying 7%, if I'm paying 6.5% interest rate, if I'm paying premium for a house, I want the house to show that back to me. So that's the main thing. There are buyers, they are not buying anything like we saw during COVID and right after that. It didn't matter. The house could be ugly, it could smell, people are overpaying. They're not doing that anymore. Because now the interest rate is higher, so it hurts a little to pay. So they want a house that they really like.
Okay, and then we talked about in the first segment, you're seeing more price changes now, arguably than quite some time. Days on the market is extending. Do you think that's because the market is shifting down, or is it the sellers that are trying to sell with unrealistic prices above really what the market can bear?
Both, a little bit of both. I do think that many sellers are still, and I do have those conversations every now and then. They want me to price their house, and I do it, and they talk about, new construction across the street, and I'm like, guys, I understand it's not the same. Believe me, I do the job, and I do want to sell your house for more because
it's a win for you.
It's a win for me. So I always tell them I'm not trying to lowball you. I want you to make a lot of money because that means I make more money. But we have to be realistic. We have to check the numbers, do the calculations, take some, for whatever reason, if you have a half bath or a full bath, and the list goes on, many adjustments. And some people don't like that.
Okay, new construction queen, you're telling me as a resale single family seller, I can't get the exact same dollar per square foot that the new construction neighborhood across the street is getting? Is that what you're telling me?
That is exactly what I'm telling you. And one of the things I've been using as an example is you go to a car dealer and you have 2 cars that are pretty similar. One is brand new under warranty with all the bells and whistles. And the other one is nice, but it's 3 years old. So it has like the 1 month or whatever warranty. And they are almost the same price. Which one would you get?
Not the used one.
And this is exactly how the housing market is. If you can buy a brand, especially now, and I'm going to talk about some of the things I wrote down. But if you can get a brand new house, and when you get a brand new house, there's the famous, especially for larger builders, what we call the 1 to 10. Do you know the 1 to 10?
Talking about a loan product?
No.
Okay,
I'm talking about the warranty.
Oh, the warranty, yeah. 1 year. Wait, let me do this. 1 year appliance, 2 year something, 10 year structural, something like that.
you know,
Get halfway there.
yeah, one is right.
The 10-year structural. I got that one. All right, yeah. What you got for me?
So it's 1 year, pretty much everything is under warranty, unless you bring a chair and you destroy the floor. But everything is under warranty year number one, unless the new owner destroys it. Number two, all the mechanical. So plumbing, electrical, HVAC, everything else. And then 10-year structural warranty. And then when you buy a new house, you also, and I send emails to everyone, you can register all your appliances with the manufacturer that many times will give you 5 years or even 10 years for parts. So in case they break down after the builder warranty, you can get the parts and just pay for labor.
Now, I also remember in new construction that a lot of the builders, especially the big track ones, they would do like 9 months or 12 months into ownership. They would also come back, check on things, see how things are doing, and if anything is shifted, cracks, anything like that still exists out there?
They do, no. Some of them do the 30-day walk now. So they let you move in, start using the house, and then they come for a 30-day. Not all do it, but many, even the large ones, they do the 30-day walk. And then because you have the 1-year warranty, some, very few, actually not some, few of them come for the 11-month. Most, I always tell my clients, you can get an inspector to come at the 10th month, do an inspection, and then get the builders to come and check the list that the inspector found.
And I don't want to encourage people to make a claim against a builder just to make a claim, because that's not healthy for a marketplace, and that's just not the right thing to do in general. But these warranty companies, it is a relationship between the builders and these warranties. The more claims the builders have, the less likely they are to get approved, or the rate changes and all that time. And so when they include and they buy the warranty, right, that is a cost factor. So you do have an opportunity to, if you have a new construction home, to speak with and still have a relationship with most builders. Now, some of them walk away and don't care, but that's a different conversation. So what are some of these things then that you've encountered over the past week? Is this specifically new construction that you're talking about here?
Okay. So these are great opportunities right now that are going on because builders are getting to the end of the year, so they have to have their numbers, hit their numbers, whatever they have in mind. I'm not going to name names because things might change, but right now, I'm going to give you some examples, and let's make it clear, it doesn't matter who the builder is, and again, I'm not going to name names, even though I have the names here. People have to understand you may get those for houses that for sure are closing by the end of the year, maybe early January. Not in every single neighborhood, because all the neighborhoods in the super hot districts, meaning usually hot schools, don't offer anything because they know someone else will come and get it. So don't expect to get these deals like at, Huff High, Ardrey Cal, etc. So some examples. 30-year conventional loan at 4.5% plus $10,000 in closing costs, 4.5 for 30-year conventional. Another one, 4.99 for FHA VA, 5.5 for conventional plus 10,000 closing costs. One, 4.58, but if you have 20% down, and you can get 6% back in closing costs, which is pretty amazing. Wow. So basically, for these guys, house is about $500,000, so you would get up to $30,000 in closing costs. 4.99%, also 20% down, and $12,500 in closing costs. So many options. Buyers, take advantage. Call me. Let's go take a look at new construction, because we can even make it better right now. This is what they're offering. It doesn't mean we cannot ask for more. So it's the perfect time for new construction right now.
Where do you think they're finding these margins at? Because this is all about the way that the builder packages it, right? The price point they're putting it out at, the lender relationships they have. Is it the lending market that's adjusting, or are the builders finding ways to move the dollars around?
I think it's half and half. I think they're helping each other make some money.
So teamwork.
Teamwork
in real estate. Wow, there's something. We'll show you what's going on in the market as far as the team goes with active and coming soon on the market.
More of today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis is coming up on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, kicking off a new work week in much cooler weather. Even chilly, we'll call it, on the way as we get into the middle of the week. Much cooler today, even sunshine. As temperatures climb into the low 70s. We'll fall back into the low 40s tonight. High temperatures not even getting out of the 60s. Tomorrow, in a couple of mornings, we could be even dipping down into the upper 30s across parts of Lake Norman. Get ready. The chill is on the way. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Granger. Granger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Hi, this is Josh Wadobe. Join me Thursdays at 4 p.m. for Dollars and Cents, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4, here on WSIC.
Are you in constant pain, under constant stress? Just need a moment away? Repeat after me. Serenity Now Massage Therapy. SerenityNowMassageandWellness.com, with locations in Mooresville and Cornelius.
Serving Lake Norman and the Charlotte area for over 40 years, Horn Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted source to get you ready for a warm and cozy winter. Experience the feeling of Visit HornHVAC.com.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The company that runs 4,500 independently owned True Value hardware stores has filed for bankruptcy. It's now looking to sell its business to the Indiana-based rival Do It Best. Now, True Value says those hardware stores will remain open while it works with creditors and on that sale. Acting U.S. Labor Secretary Julie Su in Seattle today to meet with Boeing and its striking machinist union, trying to get the two sides talking again on a new contract and hopefully end that month-long strike. The jet maker, meantime, announcing plans to lay off 17,000 workers. Now, shares of Boeing are down about 1.33%, while elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks seeing solid gains today, even though today is a bank holiday, a federal holiday, no earnings or economic data out. But still, the Dow is up 0.5%, the Nasdaq up 0.9%, the S&P 500 0.75% higher. And the folks at Butterball have come up with a Butterball turkey that goes right from the freezer to the oven, no thawing, no giblets inside. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Now, more of today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. You know, coming up at the end of the show, we're going to have more or less. Are there more or less active and coming soon units on the market via Canopy MLS? 500,000 or less by county, always looking at Mecklenburg County first. Also, Maintenance Monday. You know, you're going to buy this most expensive thing you're likely ever going to purchase in your life, or at least one of, and if you move up, decide to, or move down, whatever way, move left, right, whatever way you want to go. But as far as a home, a house goes, most expensive thing you'll likely ever buy in your life. And so you got to maintain it. You want to take care of it. You want to help that value to keep going up. Claudia's going to give us a nice tip toward the end of the show to do just that. You were talking about new construction and some of these deals out here. Yes. When a buyer hears these, or when you're interacting with a buyer and you tell them these rates or they hear these rates, what's the reaction like from them right now in this market?
Oh, they love it. They love the idea of not, even though they can't get the 3%, but getting to 4.5 or even 5.5 right now, it's amazing. And it is amazing because if you get to these numbers, you don't have to refinance. So it's like you're good for life.
And these are 30-year products here.
30-year products, yes. I think there's another one. I couldn't find the exact number, but I did find one. But I didn't want to talk about it because I think it ended, and I'm sure it can come back, but it ended yesterday. The 2-1 buy down, which is like they artificially kind of lower the interest rate for 2 years. And then either if you don't refinance the house by then, you pay regular interest rate. So let's say 6.5 right now, or you have time to refi and hopefully keep paying less, because I do think the interest rates will come down next year.
So the 2-1 buy down program in particular, just random thought here. When did you see that like first started getting introduced into the market? It was obviously in COVID. Was it 2021, 2022, 2023?
I think last year. I don't remember using it before then. I think it was when interest rates started coming up and people basically freaking out. I don't have a better word to use, but people still dreaming about the super low interest rates and not being able to understand those days I think they're over forever, with all due respect. I don't ever think we're going to see 3%, 3.5%, but
it's hard to see us getting back to that unless something tragic happens.
Yes, exactly.
And we don't want that. It's not worth it.
This is what I tell people. I'm like, do you want to be locked inside the house or wearing a mask or not being able to go anywhere for the 3%, or you want to live your life? And yes, of course, we don't want to overpay, or it is. And if we think about the average, like the forever average, 6.5 is not bad at all.
Yeah.
So, but yes, people are still, it's too close to us. And there are too many people that not only bought at that time, but that were pretty smart and refinanced then. So it's too fresh in everyone's memory. So people are still stuck. I was talking to clients of mine this morning, actually, and I remember they were under contract when the interest rates started changing. So this was, I think it's going to be 2 years now. So new construction, they had to lock. And by then, 2 years ago, it was like 4.5 and showing signs it would go higher. And they said, you know what? We don't want to buy it because we won the 3%. I said, guys, COVID is over. And the same thing, you don't want to be locked inside the house. You don't want to wear masks anymore. Grab this house, 4.5. It's not bad. And I was talking to them right now because when I have clients that give less than 20% down, everyone that does not give 20% down, which is more than okay, but everyone will pay private mortgage insurance, right? PMI. And if you have a conventional loan with a PMI, you can have it dropped after a while when the market value increases and your balance lowers and you have 20% equity. So I check all my clients that pay PMI. Every few months I go and I check to see if they already have the 20%. So I can say, hey, call your lender and say you want to drop it right now. And then you start saving more money. So you keep your loan without having to repay or reset 30 years. It's a great thing to do, to drop PMI. So I was talking to them. It's not time yet, but I wanted them to know I checked. And I said, look, remember you almost gave up on buying your house at 4.5. And they're like, yes, thank you for that tough love you gave us, because we can't imagine how much money we saved, not only because the prices of the houses kept going up and the interest rate kept going up.
It's interesting when you go back and look at the chart of, because that's what I was doing over here, was looking at interest rates over time. So 2012, about 3.25 figure. It ticks up through as we're approaching COVID, right? Call it to the high 4s. And then COVID hits and boom, you got some people out here with 2% interest rate.
I have Robert that came here. He has, I think, a 1.15. It's a VA loan, but he He will never move.
And there's a couple of loans, and in the past couple of years, it is that shell shock. Do you find though that the people, because we also get the stories all the time. Oh, I remember buying a house when it was 16% interest rate.
Yes.
Do you meet those sellers these days that aren't shell shocked by interest rates, or buyers that aren't shell shocked by interest rates?
I haven't in a while. I do have those that said, "Oh, my parents bought a lake lot for $25,000 at the point," or so. Yes, it's life. Things change, and it is what it is. Buy the house now, buyers. It's the moment right now.
Okay. Things change. The market may change. Yes. Active and coming soon units. The number may change. We'll find out next segment whether or not it's more or less than last week. Active and coming soon, 500,000 or less by county, looking at Mecklenburg County. So the shift, are we looking at potentially within a couple of years? Because if people did these buy down programs, let's say, they're going to have to refinance.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you think we see a wave of refinance over the next couple of years?
It happened actually last month when the interest rates came to 6.15. They came up again because of the labor report, right? And I know because I talked to my lenders that like, we're not sleeping right now because everybody's trying to refi right now. And now they went up a little, so I think people are waiting.
So is that your 7.5% to 8% folks that are trying to refi out of that? I would imagine.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I have people at 7.25 trying to refi right now. One might do it today, actually. We were, again, talking earlier, different clients. I talk to so many clients all the time about all kinds of situations, and I'm not a financial advisor. But they trust me. They like to hear my opinion.
The advantage of the loans is it's math, right? It's someone who understands the math. It's someone who understands the products and the options. And also with really figuring out, and this is probably what a big portion of your job is these days, people's needs, what they actually want, what they're looking for, and how do you help them? And so when a buyer calls you today and they say, hey, we want to be in this market, how do you start the conversation with them now?
Have you talked to a lender? Are you ready? Do you know how much you can afford? So this is question number one. You can say whatever you want. This is the most important. I love the step, instead of talking to a loan officer first, talk to a realtor first, and then the loan officer. Why? Because with all due respect, and I love the ones I work with, or even the ones I don't necessarily work with, but know and trust and would be happy working with, you go and you apply, and they might say you are approved for $800,000. And then people either might get terrified because it's too much in their minds, or overconfident without realizing that the $800,000 they are allowed to buy would make them pay like a $5,000 a month mortgage rate, which does not fit in their life. So I always say, talk to a realtor, and then I can explain exactly how the whole thing is. Like, you get approved, you're going to have an estimated monthly payment. You have to, this is how I do it with my clients. You have to see if you're okay with the monthly payment. And if you are, good. We know we can go up to $800. If you're not, you go back to your loan officer and you say, I don't want to pay more than whatever, $3,500. And then we get the new amount, and then we aim at that price point. So knowing, I think a realtor will help the person understand the whole picture. Lender only talks about most, how much the bank says you can afford, which many times is not, in my opinion, not realistic. Because some banks give you 50%, right, a debt to income ratio. So they get how much you make and divide by how much you owe, technically, like cars and credit card, but they don't think about your supermarket, your power bill, I don't know what you do on the weekend. If your kids practice sports and have expensive, and I think it's crazy.
Right. You're talking about risk profile basically of different lenders where they may, instead of 30% debt to income, like you said, 50%. And because some of them look at it as, okay, well, this is your house, this is your primary residence, you're going to make sure it gets paid because you don't want to be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let you give up those things on the weekend or those traveling trips you like or those other additional ancillary expenses, spending cash, things like that, because we know you're going to pay us. And so you can go ahead and borrow up to what you want. When in reality, most people have in mind a dollar amount that they're probably okay with.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
All right. And we'll be back.
Okay.
Well, kicking off a new work week in much cooler weather. Even chilly, we'll call it, on the way as we get into the middle of the week. Much cooler today, even sunshine. As temperatures climb into the low 70s. We'll fall back into the low 40s tonight. High temperatures not even getting out of the 60s. Tomorrow, in a couple of mornings, we could be even dipping down into the upper 30s across parts of Lake Norman. Get ready. The chill is on the way. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Lost Worlds Brewing Company in Cornelius presents their Sunday Fun Day on October 20th. Fleetwood Mac tribute band The Chain and Untethered Soul with frontman Nick Prestia take the stage for a day of live music. Lost Worlds Brewing is ready to welcome a big crowd to their back parking lot with a concert stage and sound system from Waves Entertainment. Lost Worlds off West Catawba Avenue in Cornelius presents Sunday Fun Day with an outdoor concert on October 20th. Monthly trivia with the WSIC gang is back at Micaiah's in Mooresville on October 22nd. Join us at Micaiah's off exit 33 from I-77 for Halloween-themed trivia on Tuesday night, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Trivia winners will receive a family 4-pack of tickets to the Renaissance Festival. Have some October spooky season fun with WSIC on-air hosts and try to win Renfest tickets with Halloween trivia Tuesday, October 22nd at Micaiah's in Mooresville. The Dirt Track at Charlotte Motor Speedway presents the World of Outlaws World Finals on the 6th of November through the 9th. Catch Dirt Racing's top 3 series in a title-deciding 4-day showcase of on-track action, featuring the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, the World of Outlaws Late Model Series, and the Super Dirt Car Big Block Modifieds. Single-day and 4-day ticket packages and camping information are all available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. Often imitated, never duplicated. The World of Outlaws World Finals invade the Charlotte Motor Speedway Dirt Track on the 6th of November through the 9th. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Justing knights, mermaids, fairies, dragons, oh my! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. Don't miss it!
It's today's Real Talk with Claudia Ogrizek and Justin Ckezepis on 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. And the time has come. More or less. Are there more or less active and coming soon units on market, meaning listed in Canopy MLS, than last week? 500,000 or less by county. Looking at Mecklenburg, last week there was 1,751 active and coming soon units. Again, 500,000 or less by county. Mecklenburg County is what we're talking about in particular. Claudia Ogrizek, this week, are there more or less?
I hate to say it because I have more buyers than sellers in my life. I think it's less. It has to be less.
Claudia Ogrizek, you are correct.
Yay! I mean, I'm not happy, but okay.
1,737.
So I was going to say it was less than 1,700, honestly.
That much of a drop.
Mm-hmm.
That's big swings there happening in this.
I have
market.
many buyers, and again, I educate them. So I tell them, stop, don't be silly, take advantage of the moment. Houses are sitting, not really, but sitting on the market. So let's take advantage of
2 extra days.
The lack of competition, and let's get the house. So
when do we? Because you're saying the market has shifted. It feels like it shifted. When do we start not feeling weird that in a county of 1.1 million population, that 1,700 units is all we've got under 500,000?
It is insane. I don't know if we'll ever get there.
Well, if you bought something, let's say under 400,000, maybe a few years ago, it might be worth more than 500,000 now. I don't know that answer. Every house is different. Every house is unique. But to help the value go up, you got to maintain the property. You got to
Yes.
take care of the property. Maintenance Monday. What you got for us?
So before I talk about what I plan to say, let's just say that my own house, I don't know if you've ever had that. We have been attacked by voles.
The little underground digger things?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, but one day I was with my dog and I saw the earth moving. It's kind of a cute little kind of a mice, but not mice, but, and there are kind of tunnels in my yard and I'm trying to
Aren't they chipmunks? Or are they voles?
No, they're voles for
Are they
sure.
furry? They got fur?
I've never, I mean, I
Little
saw
brown
on
ones?
Google brown, cute. I mean, I think they're cute, but I don't want them because they're destroying my yard right now.
We
And
call
I
them
know they might come in my crawl space because, yeah, this is important. Winter, they might come inside my crawl space and I don't want them there. So I am like on a quest to make them move. I don't want to, of course, I think you're not allowed to kill them. I don't want to kill them. I don't want to hurt them. I just want to be unfriendly. So I'm trying all kinds of natural things.
Say mean things to
Coffee. Yeah, I'm like, I don't like you, but I'm using coffee ground because apparently they don't like the smell of it, or castor oil, like dropping. I see the entrance, the tunnel, so I drop it. I heard you can use like pee from like coyotes or whatever. I don't know if it's true that you can buy them at like
What are you
Lowe's.
searching on the internet? My gosh.
And I watch a lot of Dateline, so I know that when things happen, people search your phone. I'm like, oh my God. If that happens to me, they're going to start looking at my search of like coyote pee and like, why is this lady look? But I'm trying to get rid of them. But no, I was going to talk.
That's not even the maintenance Monday.
But it is.
Kill the voles.
You're not, I think you're not allowed to kill them. You can like scare them away.
What's happened to this country?
Cats should be, and I have across the street, I have a neighbor who has a cat that comes to my house all the time, but I think it's a she cat, and she's not a fan because I don't see her trying to get my balls.
Okay.
But it has some kind of a relationship because I'm going to talk about the garage.
Oh.
Yes. So with the cooler temperatures, winter's coming, creatures might find a very like garage that's full of stuff, very interesting to come and spend the winter protected from the cold. So make sure you take some time to clear your garage, get rid of garbage and unwanted or unneeded items. Now, with everything that's going on in the mountains, maybe you even have things like winter gear that you can donate. So go through your garage for some time and try to organize it so you don't have great hiding spots for mice, for cockroaches, for snakes, and all kinds of animals, pests.
So that keep them out.
Oh, I know I am a little out of the ordinary, but sometimes when I'm walking in my neighborhood, or even I look at people's garages and I don't know how they, I think my garage has too much stuff. And I know that it does not, if I think about an average garage, but I see I can only imagine what kind of animal hides in. I'm being honest. And you have you don't want termites, cockroaches, spiders, snakes. It's a perfect spot for them. So if you don't want them in your house, clear your garage, donate, sell, throw away, and
so you
be
use
happy.
your garage to park your vehicles? Is that what you do?
In the winter, yes, I have space for my car. Yeah, I wish I had space for both, but
one of the big things about homes, at least, and I don't know if this is just our area, maybe this is homes all across the world, or maybe it's just us as people, storage. And so garages become storage. It becomes a thing.
It's an American
workout
thing.
benches.
It's an American thing. In Brazil and Garages are for cars. 100%. This is something I've been here for 10 years and I don't understand. And because I have many Brazilian friends, Brazilian clients, Brazilians use the garage for cars. And other, let's say, international people, the idea is that a garage is not storage. It's for protecting your car from the weather.
All right, so there you go. Maintenance Monday.
Yes.
Take care of the garage.
Take care of the garage so you don't have pests behind boxes, behind all the stuff you have.
That's
And
good.
now, again, with the mountains needing winter gear and what is the name? To cut trees. What is the name of the thing? I don't know.
A chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. Sorry, I was playing charades with you there
Yes.
for a moment.
Yes.
I was trying to
I'm usually
interpret.
good at miming, but apparently not anymore. Yes. But, help your house be clearer and protected from pests and help other people. It's like a win-win situation.
Speaking of helping other people, that's pretty much your job every single day, is that
Yes.
you're supposed to help people buy and sell and live out their dream of home ownership and the many other things that come with that. Give me a story from the week. Give me a moment, whether that be a buyer or seller, I'll let you choose, that you felt like you made a difference as far as being involved, being able to help.
my God.
They were in need and they needed somebody to help them, and you were that person.
Oh my God. Now you caught me off
did.
guard.
I did.
Let me think. Does it have to be this weekend? No.
I'll give you a week and a half.
A week and a half. Let me think. I should have rehearsed someone. You should have told me that during the break. I mean, I do it all the time, so now I'm trying to get my mind
I'm just
to...
making you pick one is really all I'm trying to get you to do.
Okay, so let's do something that hasn't happened but will. I got a call maybe 2 hours ago. A lady that is getting ready to separate from the husband. They need to sell the house so she can get her part of it and start over with the kids. And so I'm going to meet her this week actually, talk about the plans, the timeline and everything she needs. And I will do everything I can so her new life will be awesome. And as I was talking to her, again, you know the story, I thought about Mamie. It was something similar, and I worked very hard to find, and it worked. So hopefully I'm going to do the same thing with my new client.
When you find someone with that type of need, because again, there's many scenarios you can come across as a broker, estates, separation, family matters, all kinds of things that you can see. What's that like whenever, because if you're going to be, are you going to help list or are you just
Both.
working on the buy side?
Both.
Okay, so you're listing, are you helping both buy or just
We'll
her?
have to see. I haven't met her in person. I'll have to, he will be at the meeting the first time. We'll have to see, because she has been referred by repeat clients. Courtney, you go. Like she is my superstar client. And so she wants me because she heard about me. Many of the friends use me already. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know who I am. He's not the friend that heard about me. So we'll see how it goes. If he likes me, yes. If not, then no.
And when you work with somebody like that, what is that process like compared to, do you care that that's a difference of the transaction? Does that make you nervous in a transaction, having to work with these particular type of people's life scenarios?
I don't think so. I guess I have it in me to try to be as fair as possible, as professional as possible, but also with my heart. Since the beginning, my heart is right there. So, but I think I have a natural talent to like kind of break walls, and people see that kind of they are safe with me and that I respect what's going on, if it's good or bad, or like I never take it for granted. So because I think people can feel that, it usually works out.
Okay.
I'll let you know on Monday. If I have like a black eye, it didn't it didn't work.
Oh, no. I surely hope you're not walking in with that. We'll have a different conversation if that's the case.
Yeah.
You've been listening to today's Real Talk, the show focused on North Carolina real estate. Justin Ckezepis, Claudia Ogrizek of Compass Real Estate. Tune in next week where you can get more or less. We'll find out. Active and coming soon units. Will that number change at all? Who knows? What about maintaining that house? Also get a tip every single week. Thanks for listening.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville.